touch them, look at them, ask questions. Discuss some of these animals. This was our best ruby-eyed white under main. I think it won breed under hatch. And this was she made opposite breed, and I made best. Both these are really good examples of breed. Both of them have the right body structure and have really good manes. You know, you see, I like looking at the heck of this Port buck. He's short in his body. I think we picked the Siamese sable buck to show.
Go ahead and step around here if you want.
The different body structures. The Siamese sable buck's a bit longer in the front leg. He's longer in his body. He has a decent mane. It goes all along the side, but it's not quite as full and intense as that Port buck. You know, we like to shorten his body up. You see a lot of Lionheads that are a little bit longer, bigger style animals. But to me, the way I interpret the standard, I think the length of body this animal has is pretty round on the top. He has good set to his ears. They're slightly, they're fairly open. They have good substance. He's not real long on the front leg. You know, some of these animals with a higher head set, you see this with the dwarfs and columns. Some of these have this little higher head set. People will get their legs really extended, really long front legs, so the heads are high. But this is a nice type animal. He's got a really good mane, nice and dense and full all the way through. Does anybody have any questions or comments on this?
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
As breeders, we all know that the mane retention is something that we're working to improve as a breed. The Siamese sable, for instance, he is 2 years old, and he has that full of a mane. Is that something you take into account? I mean, I know they're just judged as seniors or juniors, but when we're looking at bettering the breed, is the mane retention with the longer limb versus something that will have a great mane and then lose it?
You know, I think that's something as far as breeders and breeding cases, on a variety of breeds. Certain pieces you have to keep, you know, on dwarfs, you have to keep bigger, heavier nose to produce babies.
You can go back behind if you want.
But it's something you have to put in the herd, you know, to breed. So that's something to consider. You know, as far as judging and what we do on the, you know, on the show table, we have to compare what's with the standard. Not say, okay, this is a breeding piece, so we're going to put it higher up. We have to go by what's standard as far as, you know, what the idea show animal is that day. It may not be the idea animal to breed. You know, I mean, some of these animals you see are, there are some pieces here. There's a couple of animals that are a little finer in bone. I think this Torque senior doe. The second place doe had a little better substance of bone, was a little more massive, but with the point structure as far as the mane, she was a little bit shorter in the mane. She was a little bit wider in body, but she was a little bit square over her hips. So this animal carried better roundness on the top. She wasn't quite as heavy in bone. Personally, I prefer to carry a little better substance of bone. But today, balance-wise, she didn't have what she needed the second place doe to beat the first place doe, in my opinion. So those are all pieces to look at, you know, as far as, but as a judge's job is to evaluate the animal.
That makes perfect sense.
So, you know, there's certain breeds, mini satins, mini rex. Well, mini rex, their coats are really super dense. They don't show well. Bucks, I mean, they never finish in coat. They're really super dense, thick coats. Use those bucks to breed. They may not be show animals, but they're the herd bucks that make the show animals.
Exactly.
So it's the same as some of these rabbits with the manes and the mane retention and all that stuff that you have to pick out your breeding program.
Perfect. And that's the does I brought were brood does, and that makes perfect sense why they placed the way they did.
Right.
It lets me know I'm on the right track. Your answer. Thank you.
But to me, these two animals are really good. There's a chestnut that I liked a lot too. Overall, as far as the breed went, I know the chestnuts are not an accepted variety. These are my three favorite rabbits overall. Chestnut's got some real good parts and pieces to it. It's got a real nice full mane, a lot of fullness on the side. One thing, she could have just a little more substance to her. She carries her ears well, but have a little more substance to our ruby-eyed white and the Torque. But she's nice and short in her body as well. She has a good top line. One thing you have to look to and remember, some of these animals, as they get short in their body, they tend to peak a little more forward. And that's with a lot of breeds. You get some of these floral whites that are super short in their body, many rex that are super short, they all start to peak forward. So it's a balance to keep animals to breed, to keep that high point further back, and that goes back to what the when you look at the side profile,
Move around over there if you want. You can see better.
just the hair back, and you like for him to really just to touch it. But the hot one, we have it right here. You know, some of the other breeds that are posed down don't peak in the middle of the back. That's wrong. They need to steer that point back over the top of the head. That's where they need to peak, where they can round off. You know, a lot of people will interpret that as the middle of the rabbit. So they'll look at the middle of the rabbit where it peaks. And when that animal is posed, the front of the rear feet is right where the top one is, right over the side of the head. You know, and you can distort these animals really bad if you get these animals and try to overpose these things and push them together. You know, you can make them really short. Back feet are not good. You got to pose your back feet right and get these things. How's it going, Bob? You can also get these animals and have them stretched out, have their heads down, and make these animals look very flat. I talk a lot of judges' conferences. We're just working on a video for the ARPA on posing. We can start that.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Right now, video, posing video of the different breeds and body types. That's something that we're working on.
That's one thing Nita and I were just talking about, is that it's so inconsistent.
Yeah, you know, and big thing too, the breeders should be posing with animals and working with animals just like judges do. You know, it's not the judge's job to train the animals. It's not the judge's job to, you know, animals get on the table. And there's some that are a little more excitable than others, but it's not their job when you bring an animal out the first time for them to fight with it and pose it, and then be criticized for not posing the animal. You know, that's the work that you guys need to do at your house in posing them. Right, some of these structurally correct animals, these animals that have a lower head set or that are real long in their body, there's not much you can do with them. The Cleburne Tx, breeds that I've enjoyed and worked with for a long time. If they don't have the right structure and the genetics to stand up and pose and show themselves, the Belgian hair, some of those breeds, if they don't have it, you can hold them up all day long. As soon as you let them go, they're right back down. They don't have the right structure. You know, and I think that's the thing with the Lionheads as well. They have to have the right structure, you know, to set and show themselves off and to stay in that position. If this rabbit was a great big long rabbit with long front legs, it's not going to look like that. You know, people will try to distort them and make them look like that. They'll try to hold them down a touch and push them further and tuck them and poke them to make them look like what they want to do. But that's not right. You know what I mean? You can make any of them look like that.
So like a true fuzzy lot versus a fuzzy Holland, the way they're built, they're not gonna naturally pose the same because they're structurally different. Is what you're saying? It's going to be a natural set.
Right. I mean, these animals that are structurally sound like this, they're going to pose better. But this is a really nice example. I mean, he's short in his body, fairly round over his head. I clean the sides up because, you know, all these rabbits can have just a little cleaner lower hindquarter. But I think from a lot of the rabbits I've seen, the more intense mange you get, they will have a little bit longer sides. When you start to lose that, then you lose the intensity of mange. So some of these animals that are super clean at the base, from what I've seen, they're not quite as dense, not quite as full. They may have some fullness along the underside, but not on the sides.
And can we pull out a less dense rabbit with a more dense rabbit?
Where's that?
Everybody can feel that.
Here's some Nita really poor example.
Yeah. I mean, you see this rabbit right here. It's posed just like this little junior buck was, but you can see that his high point's further up. It's more in the center of the back instead of over the center of the hip. And that's posed the exact same way. You know, you can get this animal and push him and pull him, try to get him to round off better, but then you don't have his feet placed properly. You have his back feet up under his front legs. You know, so you want to make sure that they're all posed the same when you're evaluating them. He doesn't have quite, he has a little better substance to his ear, but he doesn't have the set to his ear. They're laid back on his head. They should be further up, slight V shape, but he's got his ears held back. He's not quite as clean on his face. He's got a little extra wool on his face, a little on the ear. And if you look at his bone, that little junior buck has heavier bone right now and better